What's up everyone, it's Sean here, and today I'm back to review the Nike Kyrie 4 in the Confetti colorway. These dropped on December 16th for a US retail price of $120 and a retail price here in Canada of $165. The official colorway for this shoe is simply multicolor. So this marks the very first release of the Kyrie 4 model. So these were somewhat of a limited release. Here in Canada, they were only available to my knowledge at select House of Hoops locations scattered around the country. Before we go into a detailed look into the shoes, first I'll give you guys a quick look at the box. So the box for the Kyrie 4s looks like this. So it's done in red, black, and gray. We have these 3D zigzag prints found all over. On the front we have the label along with Kyrie Irving's signature in silver. On this side we have the Kyrie Irving spelled out in white text, and then on the back side we have the number 4 in gray. So the reason why this shoe is nicknamed Confetti is because during last year's NBA Finals, we know of course Kyrie Irving on the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Golden State Warriors in 5 games. So in Game 5, that was the series deciding game that was played in Oakland. And of course, once the Golden State Warriors won, we had confetti raining down from the ceiling. So the story goes that Kyrie Irving took back pieces of that confetti that was on the ground to serve as motivation to come back stronger, to come back better, and to eventually win another NBA title. So first things first, I'm sure you guys have noticed that the right foot and the left foot are not identical. So when you take a look at the left foot, this shoe's done primarily in purple with hits of blue, especially on the medial side. But when you take a look at the right foot, this shoe is done mostly in this neon green or neon yellow color with accents of pink on both sides as well. An interesting thing about this shoe is that there's a ton of different materials used to construct the upper. So along this frontal half of the shoe, this is done in engineered mesh, and we have these ventilation holes found throughout that exposes the nylon underneath. So for the right foot, this is done in this neon green color with this pink underneath, and then on the left foot, we have purple engineered mesh with blue underneath. On the midfoot of the lateral side of both shoes, we have this large Nike swoosh that's stitched in this contrasting color, and then underneath this, we have these motivational text or quotes that are found throughout. So for example, we have statements like, "A lot of decisions you'll replay," and "We'll be ready to battle." At the very edge of the toe, reinforcing the toe box, we have suede that's done in the same tonal color that's found as the rest of the toe box. Taking a look at the medial side of the shoe, we have suede done in this contrasting color. So once again, on the left foot, this is done in blue, and on the right foot, this is done in pink. And then we have this Nike swoosh that's kind of etched away from the suede, featuring those same sort of motivational quotes that are found on the lateral side. Taking a look at the back of the shoe, we have this synthetic glossy material that's done in this gradient-like print, where it bridges the color from the lateral side of the shoe to the color of the medial side. Above this, we have a hit of nylon, which is the same material found around the ankle collar area as well as the interior of the shoe. The laces on these shoes are done in an oval style, and they're done in purple on the left foot and this neon color on the right. Giving you additional lockdown and support, we have these flywire cables found along the forefoot of the shoe. So they originate from the base of the shoe and extend all the way to the top, basically serving as the top 2 eyelets. Underneath the laces, we have this gradient style mesh tongue, and at the very top we have this hit of leather that features the Kyrie Irving logo. At the very back we have this Illuminati logo, which I'm not exactly sure what the purpose or reason for that is, but it is what it is. The left insole is done in a combination of this hot pink and purple, and then the right is done in purple and neon. Once again, we have those motivational quotes or phrases found on the insole itself. These Kyrie 4s improves on the cushioning setup when you compare it to the previous versions in the Kyrie line. So for those shoes like the 1, 2, and 3, those simply had a Phylon midsole. But in this case, Nike implemented Cushlon, which is a much softer foam. So the foam itself is done in the same color as found on the rest of the shoe. So the left foot is done in purple and blue, and the right shoe is done in this neon color and pink. And I wanted to point out that there is paint speckling found throughout, giving it a nice contrast. On the medial side of the midsole, on the right foot, we have H&H, which stands for hungry and humble. And then on the left foot, we have JBY, which stands for just be yourself. As we take a look at the outsole, this is done primarily in this icy blue translucent rubber, but there are hits of color found throughout. So the story behind this is that during the Game 5 loss, when Kyrie Irving was standing on the court with the confetti raining down, he found squares of confetti underneath his shoe. So this blue, white, and it's supposed to be yellow, but it looks more like an orange. This is supposed to represent the colors of the Golden State Warriors. At the very bottom edge of the outsole, we have once again the Kyrie Irving logo as well. And if you haven't noticed, we have this zigzag pattern running along the length of the shoe, along with this exposed zoom air along the heel. So by splitting this outsole into 2 halves essentially, what this does is gives Kyrie Irving more stability, especially when he's rocking from side to side. So each half of the shoe can act more independently when he's making those hard cuts from left to right. Also, the traction pattern on these shoes, which has always been a strong point in the Kyrie line, this is done in multi-directional fashion, and the traction pattern itself is quite aggressive in this zigzag pattern. One final thing about the outsole I want to point out is that it extends over onto the sidewalls of the shoe on both sides. So especially on the lateral side, we have these three triangular patterns that basically look like teeth. So this gives a player like Kyrie Irving the traction that he needs when he's making those hard cuts at these pretty extreme angles. In terms of sizing, these fit pretty true to size, so I'd get your normal Nike size or whatever size you've been getting historically in the Kyrie line. In terms of the comfort on these shoes, so I haven't worn the Kyrie 3, so I can't comment on that, but compared to the Kyrie 2, these are a massive upgrade. So with the implementation of Cushlon with the Zoom Air along the heel, these feel much more supported overall. So with the Kyrie 2, honestly speaking, it felt like there wasn't much cushioning at all. But with these, you really feel that cushioning underneath your feet, and it feels much more cushioned and much more protected when you're landing. With all the shoes in the Kyrie line though, these still give you exceptional court feel, so don't worry if you're a type of player that needs to be quick on the court. Also, while not quite as round as the Kyrie 2, the outsole on these still sort of has that rounded shape to it, giving you that very dynamic feel on feet. Overall though, I was very happy with the fit. The lockdown was exceptional along the back end of the shoe, and this engineered mesh gave me just the right amount of flexibility for my toes. So now let me lace these up and show you guys how these Kyrie 4 Confettis look on feet. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this very loud debut colorway of Kyrie Irving's new model. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give me that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and be sure to give me a follow also on my Instagram as well at SGO8. Before I sign off, just want to give a quick thank you to the folks over at Millennium Brand for hooking me up with this dope hoodie. If you guys are looking for a new up-and-coming Toronto brand that produces some pretty clean and dope pieces, be sure to check out their Instagram at Millennium Brand and their website at www.millenniumbrand.com. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next review.